How are you all doing, you free whack whackers? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. And today on the channel, we have a weldie. Now, you've seen me do challenges here, you've seen me do challenges there, but what you've never seen me do is actually play 9 holes or 18 holes straight out, gross play, and watch every shot I take. So today, that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna play 9 holes, and you're gonna watch me play each hole, each shot, and we're gonna see how we perform. So this is the first 9 holes that I would have ever put on YouTube. So get ready to enjoy yourself. We're going to start off on the first for the first time ever. So the first hole at Sheerness is a par 4 stroking next 14, 360 yards off the block. It's actually a very, very easy opening hole. But me being me, I always make it difficult. And the last couple of times I've played this hole, I've tugged it left into the tree. So today we're going to hit the driver, try and not go left and try and not go right into the trees, and kick off the video with a nice, easy hole. And I guess that's what happens when you turn the video camera on. You hit the fairway, you split the fairway, you hit the high baby fade. It's all beautiful, it's all singing, it's all dancing. And now we're on the short stuff. Look what I mean, like there's my golf ball on the short stuff and there is the flag. We got a little flick of a wedge into the opening hole. Should be an easy par. I mean, easy. We'll give it a go. So it turns out we actually hit the old fizzle hizzle, a little bit too much shizzle, onto the dance floor, and we've left ourselves probably 15 foot up the hill. Should be a relatively good chance at making a birdie here. We didn't hold a birdie putt, we did not, but we put a good stroke on it and we hold the return. So we start off with a par and we can't complain about that. Now on to the second. Now I've played this hole enough times in the videos already, so it's the second hole at Sheerness, par 4, 389 yards off the blocks. Let's just rip it. Tell you what, I don't like to brag, I really don't. I promise you I don't like to brag, but I am just feeling so good with this golf game at the moment. Everything's so smooth, it's just like I've got the rhythm, you know, I've got the rhyme. Nothing about bobsleigh time because that's a bit of Tom and Oakley's thing, but I am just there, you know, moving and grooving down the fairways. We've hit another one, by the way. So I must say, I have absolutely smoked that one. There is nothing else to say. Smoked centre of the fairway, I've left myself probably a 9-iron. What I'm going to plan to do here is actually hit it left of the flag because the flag is tucked back right and I don't really want to miss right. So left of the flag, leave myself a putt and I'll be happy. Let's get on the dance floor, start boogieing. This is where our ball is, look at it. It is literally 15 foot. Now from the way I see it, I got it breaking slightly from left to right. So let's try and roll this in for a birdie. Another. Hello, look at the shadow. Another easy par for me, but again, a very simple birdie missed. And it's all right, like giving yourself these putts for birdie and missing them, but when these putts come around and you need to hold them for par, it then changes the game, doesn't it? So we need to start making these. But anyway, third hole at Sheerness, the par 3, stroking next 16, 172 off the block. Now, you can probably tell there's a bit of wind around today, so it is slightly downwind. So I'm probably just gonna go and hit 7-iron in there. Let's hope for the best. Whoa! Honestly, a horrendous poor strike from me. Actually had to shout 4 for the first time in these videos. Not good. Missed the green probably by about 20-30 yards. Really poor shot, but at least you get to see it. At least you get to see I do hit these quite poor shots. I mean, look at what I've left myself, man. Like, this is actually almost impossible to get up and down for me. Well, that was pretty embarrassing, wasn't it? You don't actually realise how embarrassing this is for me. So for me to show you shots like this, it's not good. Anyway, I'm going to chip again, a little bit of an easier chip this time. Hopefully I don't do the same thing. Well, I hope you lot are enjoying this, because I have just made double on a very, very simple par 3 after playing the first 2 holes immaculate. So we're now 2 over through 3 holes, and we're getting into the hard hole, the 4th on the front 9. So wish me luck. Like that chipping shot, that chipping, you know, oh, I can't actually explain it, like how much it drives me insane. Anyway, this is the 4th hole, 410 yards, stroke index 2. Let's see what happens. For me there, the 3 wood was actually not too much of a bad shot. Now it did rise up in the air a lot, but now I'm in a really bad position. I've probably got 200 plus into the wind onto a par 4, so I'm just going to have to give another 3 wood a whip, or maybe a rescue, and keep it low and hope for the best and get up and down. But we are not looking pretty in this 9 hole stroke play here. Whoa! 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 Honestly, what has gone on? The first 2 holes were immaculate, and in the last 2 holes I've almost killed 2 people probably. I just screamed 4 so loud, like 3 or 4 times. Into that wind they still couldn't hear me, so I don't actually hold much hope for this recording, which is a shame, but let's try and get through this and see what actually happens. So we found my ball down here, and it's right next to the tee block, so I'm going to have to get a drop, but I'm literally going to have to move it like there probably. No closer to the hole, or I could go back onto the tee block. So as you can probably tell, it's actually starting to get really, really ugly with my short game. Now, we can either man up and just take it and see what the score is, or we can end the video. But if you've got this far, I'm not going to waste your time and say this is going to be the end of the video. So we're going to work with it, and we're going to see. And then we're going to come back in a couple of months after I've had some short game stuff done, and we're going to see if we can improve, because I'm not down to get beat, all right? So scared. So again, another really poor chip shot, and I've now got myself 15 foot across the slope to just try and save a bogey. So let's roll it in, come on. I mean, back-to-back doubles, what do you expect? But I don't really want to show you guys this, but at the same time I do, because I want you guys to know that it's okay to make doubles. It's okay, no matter how good you are, you can still bounce back. And luckily for us, we have a par 5 here that is very reachable into, especially downwind. So let's try and bring some scores back. And one last thing while we're here, if you are playing golf and you see your golf ball going anywhere towards a Persian, you make sure you scream for as loud as you can, so at least even if they don't hear you like the people did on the last hole, because I'm 200 plus out into the wind, at least you feel okay about it. Luckily for me, it didn't hit any of them then, but I shouted 3 or 4 times as loud as I could. Just be respectful, always shout 4. Yes, there was a lot of anger in that drive, but as you can tell, I've got some stuff to take out. But it has only left us about 160 into a par 5. So let's get on, let's make birdie at worst. So pretty poor mistake by me there, took a little bit too little club, and have come up probably just on the upslope of the green. Now, as we've seen from my previous chip shots, yeah, this is going to be fun. So as you can see, we've left ourselves just short, and realistically we should have a pretty simple chip, but who knows with my chipping. It's honestly not even funny at this point. Now I've left myself about 20 foot for birdie. I should have been on this green in 2. Or even that chip shot should have given me the easiest putt. I guess some things are good and some things are bad. So, as you can tell, I'm 4 over through 5 holes, and it's really starting to grate on me how bad my chipping is, because my putting feels like it's semi-decent, but my chipping... So, I'm really trying to keep my cool here and actually show you how to grind out a round, but it's very difficult. So let's just crack onto the 6th, fresh hole, and take each hole as it comes. Anyway, no more complaining, because complaining gets you nowhere, right? There's only what you can do is hit your shots, try your best, and then move on to the next shot. I mean, did you just see that drive? That's probably one of the best drives I've hit since coming back, and now I'm looking directly into the sun. Hiya, sun. But no, honestly, that drive was one of the best drives I've hit since I've been back. So there is a lot of positives out here today, as well as many negatives, but we're going to focus on the positives and find a way to get better for the next video. So we've arrived at the ball dead centre of the fairway, and the green is only there. I'm going to just try and flick a little wedge on, stop it as close to the flag as possible. Let's get the birdie, boys. So it's actually heartbreaking. Like, even though that shot's gone pretty close, it was not the shot I'm looking to play. It's so finny, it's so finicky. It's like, oh, what am I going to do with this chip shot? So it's a little bit all over the place, but we got away with it. So let's try and make a birdie and move in the right direction, yeah? So this is what we've got left. I'm just going to hit it straight at the hole, and we're going to hole it. It really did try, it really did, didn't it? We holed it, but the ball tried to stay. It went around the cup. It was like being around the world in my eyes. I can't find my baby. But we did find a birdie, so we are now 3 over. We're free to play on the 9 holes. So I'm going to pull driver out, I'm going to take a risk, and we're going over on the 7th today. There you have it, lads. There's the ball in the thick stuff, but we did make it over the ditch. Actually was one of the worst shots I've hit of the day. It was just really flayed high right heel strike. But anyway, positives are we're over. So we've got a pretty short shot into the green, probably a 9-iron. Let's see how close we can get it and see if we can make back-to-back birdies. Go, please, go. We'll stay short. It just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it, really? Like, in my head, I've realised I had about 140 and it is into the wind, and I went with 9-iron thinking that I could get it there, but I couldn't, and I still hit the 9-iron. That is when golf is in your head, lads. Golf is in my head. But anyway, 1 up and down today. Let's get 1 up and down, please. 1 good chip, 1 good putt. Well, actually, I've hit quite a few good putts, so 1 good chip. That's all I'm asking for. Please, gods. So this is where the ball's ended up. We probably could have used, actually, probably 2 clubs short, so I probably could have gone with 7. Guys, it's happened again. Like, what am I doing wrong? Please help me. I need to actually get back and watch this footage because it's just atrocious. I've left myself probably 25 foot for par. Like, oh Lord, please. I mean, you probably can't tell from here, but there is a massive slope on this green, so the likelihood of me holding this is pretty low, but we're going to give it a whirl. just like that, we make a birdie, we fire back with a bogey. Now the strange thing is, like, my putting is usually the worst. You've seen it in all the videos, you understand, but my putting actually feels really, really good today. Just my chipping is horrendous, so I know I need to work on it, but it's just finding the time at the moment. But I do need to work on it. I do need to work on my chipping. I know that, all right? So we're back to 4 over as we move on to the 8th, and it's a par 3, sorry, 191 yards. It's actually a very tough par 3. It's getting to me, lads. It really is getting to me. Like, I'm boiling inside. I'm boiling inside. Like, I've hit a semi-decent 5-iron there. Like, it's got on the green. It's about pin eye, but I am boiling inside. Like, I can't tell you how angry I am. So I'm really trying to keep it cool for you lot. But it's very, very difficult. Okay, just know that. As you can tell here, I am on the green, but I do have a very lengthy putt. It's probably close to 40 foot. Nonetheless, I'd rather be on this green than having to chip, right? So if I'm being completely honest, I'm always happy to walk off the 8th with a par 3. A very, very tricky par 3. I'm always happy to walk off that hole with the par. So shouldn't really moan too much. I just want to finish up with a birdie. We're on the 9th now. We know it's a par 5. So let's just give it a good whirl. Finish on a high, yeah? Come on, we can do this. Par 5, 9th hole, 529 yards. Let's get it. There's always good, there's always bad, and one thing I'm really happy about is the way I've actually been able to control my shots today, like the draws, the fades. I've always really struggled to draw the golf ball, but with this new way I'm actually swinging and actually using my hips a little bit more to actually turn and control the club, it's been a lot easier, and I've hit a lot of really positive drives, a really lot of positive irons. So I'm actually pretty happy, even though the score says 4 over. At the moment, we're going to birdie this hole. I'm pretty happy. Not really too much to say about this shot, apart from I'm just going to get free wood, rip it down here. Well, the crazy thing for me there is up into the sun, you can see the suns in my eyes. I don't actually know where that went. Now, it felt a little bit high and right, so that's the direction I'm going to go, and hopefully we find the ball. So we've got ourselves under 100 yards to this flag. This used to be my bread and butter, so I'm really going to try on this one. I'm really going to try and tap into the old Joe Creasey. So it actually wasn't the worst wedge shot. It wasn't great. It was perfectly pin eye. So my numbers were good in my head and the actual swing thought was good. But we've got ourselves this for birdie. Finish up on a birdie, I must say. We've got ourselves this across the slope, slightly downhill, but we're going to give it a really good run. Well, there you have it, lads. Holy moly, that was a round from hell. That was so tough to get through without absolutely flipping and just losing the plot, basically. As you saw, the chipping was not great, but the rest of the game was actually in pretty decent order. I mean, that putt on the last, I actually hit a really, really solid putt, but just hit it a little bit too hard through the break. So, you know, I'm not too disappointed, but also not happy with a 4 over score. But that also does let you know that pros have bad days as well, man. Pros really do have bad days, so don't worry about it. You know, stick to yourself. If you're an amateur, you're probably going to have the same days as well, so don't worry about it. But hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like me to redo this video in a couple of months once I've sorted my chipping out, then let me know. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing me almost collapse on the golf course and absolutely lose it. But I've had fun making it. I've had fun. And we did get a birdie, so we can do a little the old birdie dance, eh? So if you have enjoyed this video, please smash the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, turn that notification bell on. Videos are released at 7 PM every weekend on a Sunday, 7 PM GMT, so make sure you tune in. And as always, everyone, stay chopping. Stay chopping like I did today. Peace out, choppers. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe here, and if you want to watch any other videos, click here.